Okay guys, this should be a good enough position where you guys can see. So we're going to do a real quick here. I've showed you guys the holes and how that works. I'm just going to move fairly quickly here and drill some of these out a little bit. You guys can see that this technique actually does work. Now the real trick is to be very precise when you put the drill bit into the hole you have made for yourself. And you can see, maybe, and maybe you can't, but my drill bit is not walking around. Here, we'll try and move it up here for you guys. Okay, walking drill bits are one of the worst things you get with aluminum. It means the drill bit didn't stay in position and moved around on you. And you want to let it go slowly, guys. Don't rush it. Just let it drill through, nice and slow. Every once in a while, work it around a little bit. And what you'll see is I'm drilling a nice, steady hole. No pressure. Well, a little pressure on the drill. I mean, don't pressure yourself to go through it quickly. It's really bad for your drill and it's really bad for your bits, guys. Plus, you'll see by the time we get through this, it's actually a fairly thick piece of aluminum that I am drilling into. So now I'm getting towards the end. I'm pushing a little harder, guys. And I'm going to show you. We're going to let this cool down. You see that? We're still going through the aluminum. It's still doing its part. And every once in a while you clean it and you can see all the bits it's spitting out. Hopefully you guys can see this. If not, just know I've described it all in the last video. And that description alone is enough to walk you guys through it. If you just take your time and do it exactly the way I described, you'll be fine. I just wanted to show that this does work. And this is, don't forget guys, this is the first pilot hole. It's one of the reasons I told you to take your time, because it actually takes time to get through this. I'm also checking the temperature of my bit to make sure it doesn't overheat during the course of this little job. We're getting through it. There you go. So now we have a hole, okay? Now we take our next drill bit up, but I've got a lot more holes here, up here. So I'm going to take one of my pilot holes, I'm going to stick this drill right in it. And you'll see how much faster this goes on the thin aluminum up top here. But there's different sections of this, and again, I'm just working it around a little bit. Work it around a little bit. Now blow it off, because you see all the junk here. That's bad for your drill bit, guys. Now you can see it's much cleaner. And I have a nice, neat start to my pilot hole. And I'm just going to keep working it. Now this is a much slower method, guys. It's why I like a Dremel. This takes time and patience. But if you're careful, you can do it and come out with a neat job that's easy to do. It isn't hard, guys. So I'm got a whole bunch more holes to do here, but I'm just going to show you guys the gist of it. So now I move my drill bit up one size, guys, and I go right into this hole. This is the worst one. This is the thick one. And you see how fast that went? Now it's sized up. Now I go to the next hole. Sized up. 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 Boy, that was easy, right? Now we go to the next hole. And you'll see how fast and easy this is once you get started. It's only drilling the pilot hole that takes the real time. That was the thick one, guys. And the rest of these go like butter. Because as we size up, we guarantee that our pilot hole is the right size. And it's a lot easier on your drill bits, you guys. Boy, oh boy, is it ever easier on your drill bit to do it this way. Okay? Now we go to the next size. And by the time I get through this, it'll be cut all the way through. And you can see how fast and easy this goes, hopefully. It's actually why I'm not doing the whole thing in case it doesn't show up. Now this is what I'm talking about. Now it's cut right through. And so by the time I finish sizing these up, there's not much left to cut through at all, guys. fact, there's nothing except for this one spot. Now I'm going to show you how to deal with these spots. I said I would. What you're going to do, guys, is going to take a really thin pair of needle nose pliers like this, and you're just going to put it in there, and you're going to work it gently back and forth, give it a little twist, and that section will pop right out, guys. So you just keep working the section, because aluminum is good for that. Now it's all weakened, and you go a little bit higher up on it, and you just twist it out, guys. And now you can just remove that whole section. And it's a pain, but it does work, and it takes time. And the reason I say to do it like this is because the drill is actually really a bad tool for that. But now you can see I've got it out, and it's stuck here on the end of my, okay? Get rid of some of these metal shavings. And now you can see I've got a line forming. Now it's not the world's neatest line, you guys, but it is enough that it will do the job. See that? Boom, I'm through it. Boom, I've got it. There's a slow way to do it, and then there's the fast way. You just grab hold of it and wiggle, and that's it. And boom, we're done. I've got a line, and that's good enough to show you guys that this actually works. And now I don't need to size up anymore, okay? That means this biggest one I didn't actually need, but depending on how far apart your holes are, you may need it. So the goal is to score your holes close enough together that when you drill them out, it all forms one hole. These thick sections, like I said, you drill in between them, then drill them out. That'll thin them out. Then you just grab them with pliers, wiggle back and forth. Don't try and twist this way. It'll actually take longer and do more harm to the side of the case. Just wiggle back and forth gently and just keep working it. The aluminum will just get weaker and weaker and weaker, and once it's at that state, it just pulls right out. So that's the best way I know of to go about it. If you don't have a cutting tool, guys, it works. In the end, it will produce you a straight line that will be close enough to perfectly straight to do the job you need to do, guys. And that's really what it's all about in the end. So I'm going to cut this one. Keith out.